Now, y'all, I want to give my updated opinion on, and if people can do that, okay, freedom of speech. But I want to respect the family, until they find their son. Now, Sebastian was interviewed on the Pascal uh, show, and this is the Pascal interview with Seth Rogers, okay? And I try to put two and two together. Now when I watch this video, I'm watching it in past tense. I didn't know whether I was watching it in past tense or why was I'm watching it in future tense. What believes to happen to Sebastian, okay? Seth is going to explain what happened to him when he was young. And then I want to put together what I think what he said and what the mom said that would make it happen in the present tense. Okay? All right.
Chris, people were asking why he didn't want my son around his daughter. And he kept telling me that if people keep asking the question, he's going to answer it. If people keep asking the question, he's going to answer it. And turned around and stated that if he tells them, people will stop looking for Sebastian.
Now, why did Chris tell Seth, who looking for his child, his only child, if he tell what happened, they're going to stop looking for him? You telling a man that child is missing, that if you tell them, they're going to stop looking for him. What? If you tell them, I'm trying to look at it in a positive and negative way, y'all. If you tell them, they're going to stop looking for it. I don't know how to take that, y'all. I don't know which way to take it.
So him sitting there.
It was over the phone.
Okay.
You don't want to go down that route.
Gotcha.
Tried to make it one. It wasn't going to be one.
Okay.
When it's like, dude, it's just another time that you and his mom have failed him.
Katie was on the phone, y'all.
And I'm sitting here trying to put the pieces back together. Guys, if you cared that much for my son as you do your daughter, that you don't want my son around because there's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Why weren't you thinking about that when he's under your roof? During podcasts, why he didn't want my son around his daughter. This is the information that I am giving is facts. It's not me trying to throw punches or whatnot. But this is the third time that something major has happened to my child underneath their watch.
Now, y'all, I can't tell y'all what happened to Sebastian. But after listening to what Seth was talking about, was he talking about the past? What happened to him in the past? Okay? Now, the mom took him out to dinner. And I remember the mom mentioned that I believe that was Chris' daughter. Allegedly, his daughter went out to eat. But she said that it was her cousin, her niece. Now, that went to dinner, right? But Chris don't want Sebastian around his daughter. Well, what? No man should want nothing to happen to their daughter. You know what I mean? If you don't have control of what your son is doing. All right? They can't be left alone, period. So I can't trust my son being left alone with Sebastian if Katie don't watch him himself. That's why he missing. Okay? Now, when Katie speaks of Sebastian, she speaks of the present. So what happened when Katie took him out to eat? And what's that Sebastian daughter that Sebastian probably allegedly did something to? Was it her cousin who did something to Sebastian that night for doing that to her niece? And when she said she heard a thunk, a thunk, or whatever, that means that he hit the ground. Was Sebastian attacked in that house? And Katie knows it. Was he attacked? Was he removed from that body, from that house? Now let's listen to Katie.
And return home.
He's going to walk through that door, and this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
Stepdad Chris says it's been an emotional roller coaster that all started Sunday night, February 25th.
Pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you."
Katie says she went to wake up Sebastian around 6 a.m. Monday for school, and he was gone. Within minutes, Katie says she was on the phone with Chris, who was working out of town, and they quickly called 911.
And he's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why.
Okay. Now, Katie, you told us that he's not a runner. How in the hell he not going to be a runner and he missing? If he not missing, and if he's not a runner and he's missing, what in the devilish heck happened to your son? Where you couldn't get out that bed and go see what was wrong with him. Now, he's not a runner. It's more like, what are you telling us? You the mother. Are you telling on someone? Are you trying to hint us that somebody came to get him? That's what she's trying to tell us. Somebody came to get him at their house. He didn't just leave because he's not a runner.
I don't know why he walked out that door.
Now she gonna say he walked out the door. Now you're gonna tell us that you heard that noise. That means that somebody did something to him. Then he just gonna walk out the door. Katie, why are you hiding? Don't you care about your son? Well, you need to tell them what happened.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not.
Now, we ain't talking about him we know he's a good kid, Chris. We want to know what happened to him. So now she's just saying he's not a runner. What did you do to that boy? Because all of a sudden she told y'all, she's telling y'all and she not telling y'all. She said he's a good kid. She said that he's not a runner, but she don't know why he walked out that door. So in other words, she's telling y'all that he didn't walk out that door. Something happened. She's talking and telling at the same time. Chris want to come in and say, "Oh, well, he was a good boy. All right, I didn't get rid of him because he wasn't a good boy." Y'all got to listen to how they talking.
He's not a mischievous child by any means.
Katie and Chris say Sebastian is not on social media. While he loves to play Minecraft, they tell me he does not have any online capabilities.
Now, why are they telling y'all about the online capability? Now, everything is on YouTube. Things that y'all don't even know, that's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. This is a great big huge tool. That's why I always tell you, you can find somebody else channel to watch. It's zillions of channels on YouTube. Zillions of things teaching. And you can learn positive and negative, emotional. So they jump to the tube. What did he learn from the tube? What did they learn from the tube? What did he see on the tube? Because the daddy mentioned it.
50-50, it's joint legal, joint physical. Depending on the amount of time. Because I was homeless living in my car. They gave her custodial custody. Duty military, she was getting BAH and everything else, so that helps her keep a residence over her head.
Okay.
And she stated she was moving to Tennessee. I wanted my son out of California because at this point in time, they had just passed a law stating if there was a 10-year difference between the two people. There's a lot of laws that they were passing in California that I just don't think are right. Said she wanted to move to Tennessee. I didn't have a problem with it. I wanted my son out of California.
Okay.
His name, but hopefully somebody's watching him. Make sure I'm hoping that he got the help he needed.
Yeah.
Now, this is a statement that Katie put on the internet. She wanted y'all to think that the boy wasn't 13 that's happened that affected him and Sebastian. So she decided to put this up.
What was going through her mind when why wasn't she checking on him under her watch? Not saying you have to be a helicopter parent or I think somebody pointed out that nowadays they call them drone parents. But there's nothing that states that you can't turn around and be ninja and check on your kids. My son, I check on him when he's in his room. I check on him when he's in the living room. You know, my job, it does not stop just because he's got a year older.
Gotcha.
And I told the doctor that she wasn't helping my son get over what happened. And if I decide to raise my voice, people kind of take it as violent. I'm making a point. Shit is fucking normal. Begin with, shit under my watch, I'd be blaming myself. Blame myself for some of the shit that's happening. Hindsight's 2020. I can't go back and change it. If I could, Lord help me, I would. I'd go back to Baxter Springs, Kansas, and tell her to carry her ass to California, send me the paperwork. It's not whoever wins gets Sebastian. The whole point is to find Sebastian. He's missing. I was going to say, let's make this clear.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, let's make this clear.
Oh.
Not only is it fact, but the sheriff's department already knows.
Aside from you,
Law enforcement knew about it previously. Rogers, they're the Proudfoots. That child that they can't seem to say his name is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He is my son. I named him. I haven't gone back to court. I want him to come live with me. And I was getting what me and him wanted. He wanted to live with me. I wanted him to come live with me. Ask her.
you didn't get any.
Comments along those lines. Talk to your son. He thinks you walk on water. Talk to him.
Now, I
Now, Seth said that something that about the mom that does make sense.
Roaming over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I don't.
Now, Sebastian, but Katie said that told Seth that her son don't listen to her. So now he at an age that he's not going to listen to Chris, and he not going to listen to Katie as he go through puberty with his autism. Now, yeah, he don't have to have his medicine. That he need his medicine, but the father said that he just got on med when they just put him on med when they went through the divorce. Okay, that's when he got on his med. So really, he don't necessarily have to have his med. Now I got Katie. Everything that's allegedly that I said, and it's for educating and entertainment purposes. I believe Sebastian, if he has a problem with what's going on with his mind, body and soul, you know what I'm talking about, y'all adults. He did something at dinner. During that activity, something happened to somebody's child, and they came and did what they had to do in his room. Because she said her niece, she went to pick up her niece, right? How old is her niece? And what happened to her niece on that day? That they came back to that house and did what they had to do to Sebastian in that room. And he left out of there with them, allegedly.
I haven't been able to figure it out. He's, that morning he was laughing, he was joking.
It's as if Sebastian vanished. No sign of him on any video throughout the community. Thousands of miles logged by law enforcement, canines, helicopters, even dive teams, and no sign of him. Chris and Katie tell me they've been harassed, people pointing fingers at them.
You're not in this situation. You don't quite understand.
Okay, so why did you make that statement to his father? That if we told you what happened to him, then y'all won't be looking for him. So why would you tell a man that whose child is missing? Y'all, I just want to come in before I go over to work, and I love y'all. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section, okay? I love y'all.